husband, he can't take the disrespect, and so he kept calling akiuliza, what decision have you made? Yani kama alikuwa anataka ku make sure nimeachwa. But anyway, given that my husband had cheated on me na nilikuwa nimemforgive, and now we decided we are going to work things. He decided to block her. He deleted all those stuff that Yummy Mommy was sending her, and we decided we are gonna work through our things. And that was last year, January. And throughout the year, it wasn't easy. It was really, really challenging. Let me tell you what infidelity can do to your relationship or marriage. It's going to be hard to sail through. You know, marriage challenges, issue, finances, fight zingine, it can be easy to sail through. But when it comes to infidelity, it's a whole different ball game, guy. Yani, you establish your trust and taking back the relationship to where it was, it becomes so hard. For me, like, I feel like I'm forgiven, I'm ready to move on. But for him, from those screenshots that Yummy Mommy sent, it was an trigger, because we could be fighting about something totally different, and then we're scared to conversation yetu ya fight imeenda back to those screenshots yenye ana highlight ka screenshot yenye ya mimami alituma. Unaanza sometimes kusikia akisema, I wish ya mimami hakunitumia hizo screenshots, I wish I didn't have to see the screenshots. Ni kazi ilikuwa zinamtraumatize, yani ni kazi ilikuwa anazireplay. And every time I used to see that, it used to make me hate ya mimami times 100, times 1,000,000. Every time now this is coming up in our fight, it used to intensify the bitterness and the anger towards ya mimami, because nilikuwa na feel like, kama siye kutuma hizi screenshots, maybe it wouldn't be like this. Na kitu kwanza ilikuwa inaniboza zaidi, it's because the same Yummy Mommy, I remember ndiye alikuwa na advising women on Instagram akisema like, if you should never confront the mistress, you should deal with the man, you should deal with your man, kwa sababu your man ndio mmemake vows na yeye. Like when she cheated, Zach hakwenda confront Kevin Twisa, hakwenda kungangana na Miss Maruma ni bibia Kevin Twisa, he dealt with her. So I could not understand kwa nini Yummy Mommy alikuwa na enda ku text bwana yangu. So it used to make me feel so triggered and so bitter with this woman, because siko naelewa kwa nini alikuja kudeal na bwana yangu. Kwa nini asideal na Zach? Mbona simulisiyo yeye ndio alimake vows na yeye? Mbona yeye amekuja kudeal na bwana yangu? Na pia that's the same advice alikuwa anapatia wanawake Instagram, like you shouldn't deal with the mistress. So why was she not taking her own advice? Yani, I have done all I could to try and work on what I feel towards that woman. Yani, I even had to unfollow those people, you know, I wanna post content yake sana. Someone like Lydia Kim, I was a huge fan, but I had to unfollow her. Maureen Bandari, I was a huge fan, but you can notice content yake ikona morugi sana. I had to unfollow, and I'm not you know, they work together, they're friends, and you know, they have to post, and you know, so it's me to see how to deal with it. And by dealing with it in the uzuri Instagram, I can unfollow, block, and what. So I just unfollowed them, I didn't block them. So you know what used to make me feel bad, because mimi nilitetea Yummy Mommy kwa Zach sana. By the way, nilimtetea sana, because I remember before me tuanze kukuwa na like an actual cheating relationship, ile time alimpata akicheat, alikuwa threaten atamwanika nini, akimcall names, and me hapo nilikuwa akisema venye, you know, by the actually at some point Zach aliniambia that's why he has been hiding so many things from Yummy Mommy about like his plans, his goals, his investments. At that time kuna vitu zenye alikuwa amemfichia about investment. I don't know by now when they rekindled their whatever their love, maybe ameamua kushare, but that time he was still hiding things from him. Again, he didn't like the way Yummy Mommy used to overshare every little details of their life, so that used to make him feel like he wants to hide even investments or something to do with some of the finances from her. So your time when they were going through those issues that sasa Yummy Mommy could cheat, I remember mimi nilikuwa natetea Yummy Mommy, because first as a woman mimi nilikuwa ninamfeel. The second one, because me before tuanze kuwa na cheating relationship na Zach, I was a fan, so mimi nilimtetea sana. But for her, the minute the screenshots landed, kwa mikono yake. All she did was send all of them, aki highlight, aki incite, akisema, oh, don't take disrespect, you should wow. The most interesting thing is like the way she was just gallivanting in radio stations, trying to deny stuff to save her face and her marriage. But we all know she's living a lie. Even now, I'm sure she's struggling. Working through infidelity is not easy. I was there, and by the time I walked out of my marriage, it was not because Atisasa she said in niachwa na nikaachwa, because even after she said that, we were able to work through our marriage for 1 year. But it got to a point, the constant fight, the constant reminder of how I cheated, I was subjected to emotional pain for a long time throughout the year. Mpaka nikasema, no, it's not worth my mental health, it's not worth it. And so the last time when I walked out, he did something bad in relation to this cheating story, and that's the minute I decided, you know what, I can't take this anymore, and I walked. Yeah, so I've seen people come in to tell me, oh, ati ulidhani unaenda kuharibu boma yake, but when ndio ulienda kuachwa. It's not because she said niachwe ndio niliachwa, by the way. It's just because you were not able to, you know, people deal with infidelity differently. And let me tell you, in marriage, wacha nikwambie, any other challenge can be so easy to work through, but infidelity is a whole different thing. Like, and especially for men it's hard, because for like him, yani hakuwa imagine how I could ever cheat on him. My husband never imagined I would ever cheat on him. It came to him as a shock. It honestly damaged him. It damaged his ego. It did a couple of things to him, which I understand even why sometimes he reacted the way he reacted. I don't want to justify his mistake or what, because what he did to me was wrong. He was not supposed to do that to me. But also, men don't take cheating lightly. It's their hard truth. Double standard Zico. When they cheat, is kind of like okay, and we're supposed to forgive them and forget. But when we cheat, we are supposed to be subjected to physical and emotional torture, because that's exactly what happened. I cannot lie to you guys, my marriage coming to an end was very painful. It was not something I had imagined that would ever happen to me, because we had a very beautiful, pure, genuine thing going on for like 8 years before all this infidelity came knocking our door. I enjoyed a beautiful, genuine thing. Mpaka nakanga hivi nashangaa, will I ever get such a thing ever again? Because honestly, before like aanze kunicheat na mimi nimcheat, and me I did not even cheat because I was trying to revenge. It just happened because we just started growing apart, and you know, as always, as human beings tunapenda could blame the devil. The devil got a chance at this period where we were growing apart. That's when I met Zach, and at the time Pia, he was going through stuff, so it was easy to mingle and start an emotional connection. Most of the time I try not to regret things I have done in life, and I still don't regret anything, because at that particular point it felt good. What I feel bad, what hurt me the most, what is painful, is the consequences that the cheating came with. You know, like when such things happen, when a marriage comes to an end, it does not only affect one person, two person, it affects like the kids, the family setup, and so many things. It's just hard, it's just painful. And given that we had a very I don't want to cry, I won't. Seems to be the worst part was to having to go through this in public. Everybody is watching, your colleagues are seeing, your friends are seeing, your in-laws are seeing, your siblings are seeing. You know, it affects mtu mentally. As much as sometimes we might look like, yeah, gangster, I'm okay, nini, but you know, it got to a point I told myself, I'm not gonna beat myself too hard over this. I'm human, I'm bound to make a mistake. I have learned from my mistake, and I have grown over time mentally, how to deal with things. I know what not to repeat in the future. I know, you know. So anyway, all I can say, if you are contemplating on cheating, don't do it. It's not worth it. The feeling might feel sweet and nice at that particular point, but the consequences are painful, and the consequences si wewe peke yako na suffer, ni watu wengi sana. So it's not worth it. And come to think of it, like when you cheat, your partner is cheating, the cheating is like a whole chain of like 10 people. Can you imagine what could happen in that chain? Hata mtajua nani analeta ugonjwa. Kwanza, now looking back at it, I was like what if something happened, like there's STDs, there's HIV. It was not an worth act, and then inapotezea tu mtu respect, you know. Now it's in the public, unakuwa mtu anakuangalia in a different way. Okay, I don't care how people look at it or look at me or whatever. I forgive myself, and I'm not going to allow my past mistake to define me and my future. I'm destined for greatness, and I can only learn from the mistake, but I am not going to be stuck here. And nara ukicheat and then murudiane na partner wako, it's never the same, by the way. It's never the same. So instead of risking your marriage, instead of risking to your marriage to go through that, and especially kwanza pahali mwanamke pia amecheat, pahali is a man amecheat. Okay, this is according to the society and it's so wrong, but it's so true. But where a man amecheat peke yake, mwanamke haja cheat, it can be easier. I don't know how true is that, but pahali mwanamke pia amecheat, hey, it's hard. Kianani, it's hard. So tulia tu nyumbani, it's not worth it. It's not worth it at all. That's all I will say. Namaste.